Hi, Shelly here. Today I'm going to show you how to create a quiz in Canvas. To get started, I'm going to click on the Modules button. Once I'm in my Modules view, I'm going to scroll down to the module that I would like to add my quiz to. I'm going to add mine to my Week 2 module. To do that, I'm going to click the plus button in the Week 2 module. From the drop-down, I'm going to click Quiz. Then I'm going to click New Quiz, and I'm going to call this Week 2 Test. And I'm going to add that item. Now I'm going to click on that title so that I can go in and edit it. So I'm going to click the Edit button. And now you're basically going to have two tabs once you get into the quiz, or test if you want to call it a test. The first page is the details page that talks about all the settings for your quiz. The second tab is where you're going to add your questions. So let's take a look first at our details page. In this box up here, you can give them any directions that you want to get them to finish the quiz the way you want. Once I'm done typing some directions, I'm going to scroll down. I want my quiz to be graded, so I'm going to leave that setting, and I'm going to leave it under the default assignment group. So now under options, I'm going to shuffle answers, and I'm also going to give them a time limit. I only want to give them 30 minutes to take the quiz. This will help cut down on them being able to Google so much while they're taking the quiz because they won't have enough time. If you want to allow for multiple attempts, you can do that and decide which one you would like to keep. I'm only going to have mine attempt this once. And I'm going to take this off for right now. You can show just one question at a time. I think this is a great option. It's especially helpful for students that might need to just not be distracted and only see one question at a time. During online learning right now, I would say it's going to be hard to give them an access code, so I would just leave these two restrictions alone, and then you're going to assign it with a due date. So I'm going to assign the due date for this to be on Friday. Now I'm going to scroll back to the top and go to the Questions tab. And so it's super easy to add questions. You're just going to click New Question. I'm going to give my first one, I'm going to have that be a true/false, and I'm going to make it worth 5 points. They all default to 1 point, so you can leave them at 1 point or you can change them to be worth how many points you would like each one to be worth. So I'm going to put the sky is green. And then this is false. So you can see right now the green arrow is set to true. So I'm going to click it on false to indicate that that's the correct answer and update. And that question is ready to go. I'm going to add another new question. This time I'm going to do a multiple choice question, and I'm going to make this worth 5 points as well. Okay, now that I've typed my question, I'm going to type in some answer choices and mark that as the correct answer and update my question. Next, I'm going to add a fill in the blank and make that worth 5 points. Okay, now the cool thing about this is you can put in different ways to spell the word, or even different words that you would accept. So maybe I'm going to accept it with a lowercase and a capital. Maybe I'm going to accept it spelled with just an O. Maybe I'm going to accept it spelled with one L. And you can add as many different choices so that if the students spell it wrong, but they really get the right answer, then it will still mark it correct. And I'm going to update. And I'm going to show you one more question type. Although there are lots of different question types, all of the question types at the top, all the way down to formula, will be self-grading, where you have to indicate the correct answer. If you ask an essay question or a file upload, you will then go in and grade those yourself. So I'm going to add an essay question here, and we'll make that worth 15 points instead. Now I'm going to update that question, and I'm going to go ahead and save and publish real quick. So let's take a look at what this looks like as a student. So I'm going to go into the settings. I'm going to go over here to the right menu and click Student View so we can take a quick look at what this looks like in Student View. I'm going to click on the quiz, and I'm going to click Take Quiz. Notice that this is worth 30 points. There are 4 questions, and I only have 30 minutes to take it. Ideally, this would have been more questions within the 30 minutes, but we're just doing a little sample here. And notice that I set it so I only have 1 question at a time, so I'm not distracted. So the sky is green. I'm going to click True and see what happens. How many sides does an octagon have? Let's say 8. What color is the sun? Let me spell it wrong so that y'all can see how that works. And then compare and contrast the desert with the tundra. Okay, and then I'm going to submit. So that's what it looks like from Student View. I'm going to leave Student View, and now I'm going to show you how it will look in the Speed Grader. So I'm going to click on the Speed Grader on the right, and this is my test student submission. I know it needs to be graded because they have a little dot next to their name. And so it's already graded the ones that need to be graded. So notice they have 0 out of 5 points here. I'm going to come down here. They've got 5 out of 5. They spelled yellow wrong, but it still counted it because it was one of the ways I misspelled it. You could always come back here and change these points. So if they spelled it a different way and they got a 0, you can change it to 5 manually if you need to. And then you're going to notice that I had the 1 essay question here, so I do have to actually grade this one. So I'm going to put that they got on this question maybe a 14 out of 15. And then I'm going to click Update Score. And now that added that in, and this student currently has a 24 out of 30. I can also add comments here, and I can also use this video recording tool to add some video comments if I want to. So that is how you create and grade a quiz in Canvas. Thanks for joining us. We hope to see you next time.